I have a surprise appearance from a legendary birder. What's going on, everybody? Today I'm out looking for warblers. Warblers are one of the most beautiful, most colorful birds in the United States. They're also extremely difficult to film. I would appreciate some good luck right now. But while we're looking for warblers and some other species out here that I might be missing on my county list this year, I wanted to talk about 5 US birds that I want to see in the US. My top 5 most wanted targets. So let's look for warblers, and then also let's talk about my top 5 birds. It was super hard to narrow down the list to just 5 birds that I want to see. So here are some honorable mentions. First honorable mention is a snowy owl. I only wanted to have 1 owl species on my top 5 list, but this one's surely up there for one of my most wanted birds that I want to see in the United States. The second honorable mention is the pileated woodpecker. It's the largest woodpecker species in the United States. I've never seen one. I would love to see one. Another bird that I would love to see on that list is the elegant trogon. This bird is highly sought after because it's so beautiful and it's in southern Arizona, but I just couldn't find a spot on this list for it. And then the last bird on this list is Rowley's hummingbird. Another really beautiful species, only in the southern Arizona and New Mexico side of the United States. Couldn't really fit in there with some of these other birds. Just picked up warbling vireo on camera. Those vireo species are super hard to film, and my shot was a little bit blurry, but you're able to tell what it is. So warbling vireo down on the list. Number 5 on my list for top 5 most wanted birds to see for me is a white-tailed kite. White-tailed kites are a little hawk species that are almost completely white, and they have bright red eyes. They're super cool. They're found mostly within the southwestern United States, but they don't visit the state of Utah very often. It sits at number 5 because it's probably the bird I'm going to see the quickest on the channel, hopefully in the next couple months, maybe in a year or so. Super excited to see that bird. Number 5 on my list. I'm not gonna lie, once again, I'm lost. I don't actually know where this trail goes. I thought it was going to the destination I'm trying to hit to see the black-throated gray warbler, but I'm not actually sure where it's going. We're lost again, per usual. Just got my best shots ever of a lazuli bunting, even though it was super brief. That is quickly becoming one of my most favorite colored birds out there. It's like this baby blue color with a little orangish red bib. Absolutely amazing. Super happy to get that bird on camera. But let's talk about number 4 on my list of most wanting to see birds. Number 4 is going to be the North Atlantic puffin. That bird is absolutely amazing. You can find it in the northeastern coastline of the United States. It's also a vulnerable species, so there's not a ton of them left. They're not down to that state of endangered, but they are vulnerable, so we need to be taking care of them. But also those birds are kind of difficult to see because you can't usually see them from shore. I know there's puffins on the Pacific coast that you can see from shore. You can usually not see Atlantic puffins from shore. Number 4 on my list, Atlantic puffin. I don't know when that's going to be, but hopefully I get to take you guys along with me on the channel when I finally get to see them. Also, we're hearing a ton of warblers. We've got orange-crowned warbler on the list. We've got yellow-rumped warbler on the list, and we've got probably the most abundant yellow warbler on the list. Haven't been able to get any of them on camera. It's not surprising. Gonna continue to try, but let's see what else we can find. All right, so number 3 on my list for birds that I want to see the most in the United States is the scissor-tailed flycatcher. This bird is not super uncommon to find. It's not hard if you go to the right places, but it's in the Great Plains area in the Midwest of the United States, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's an iconic bird. It's got that long forked tail, hence where it got its name. It's also the mascot of my favorite board game, Wingspan. Absolutely amazing bird. I would love to see a scissor-tailed flycatcher. I can see that one happening pretty soon, probably, and hopefully you guys again will be able to see that bird on this channel at some point. Finally picked up another bird, kind of obscured by the branches, but we picked up a black-headed grosbeak. Absolutely beautiful bird, orange, black, white. What more could you ask for in a bird? And it's got a beautiful call as well. So black-headed grosbeak on the list. Still looking for a few more warbler species, hoping to catch at least one of those species on camera. We'll see. And also western tanager would be an awesome bird to pick up today as well, but I haven't seen any signs of them so far. The leaves in this forest are so thick, it's just so hard to see any birds. So when you're in a forest like this, birding by ear is such an asset to have in your skill library. Bird number 2 of the birds that I want to see the most in the US is the great gray owl. Not only is this bird an owl, but it's absolutely massive. This bird is in the northern part of the United States. It likes bogs and boreal forests. The closest place to me to see a great gray owl would probably be Yellowstone National Park. I don't know if that'd be the best place to actually find one. So Sac Zim Bog would probably be the #1 destination to find yourself a great gray owl. These birds are absolutely incredible. They hardly make any noise whatsoever whatsoever. You can rarely hear them hooting at all. And it would just be kind of like an out-of-body experience walking through the woods and running into one of these things and having it stare right at you. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Big Year, but Jack Black's character walks up and sees the great gray owl in the tree. That's the experience that I want with a great gray owl. Hopefully we can get that on the channel, on camera for you guys within the next couple of years. That comes in at number 2. And the number 1 bird that I want to see in the United States is probably going to surprise some of you guys, and that is the Montezuma quail. If you haven't seen this bird has some of the most amazing patterning I've ever seen in an animal. I think it is one of the most beautiful creatures in the entire United States. Very underrated as a bird species, very underrated as an animal in the United States for its beauty. I really want to see one of these birds. You can find them in southern Arizona and southern New Mexico within the United States, and it's something that I would love to take a trip out to finally go and see. So yes, that is my number 1 desired bird to see in the United States, the Montezuma quail. What's up, everybody? Today I am up at the Alta Feeders again. I have a surprise appearance from a legendary birder. We're here. Guys? Yep. Birding with Chris.
Let's find this nutcracker.
Yeah, we're here to find a nutcracker. I think we have a good chance of doing so. Make sure you check out Birding with Chris's channel. I'll make sure to put all that stuff in the video as well as we go throughout the day. We're gonna have a few more stops as well. Also, Birding with Chris is here for the Great Salt Lake Bird Festival. What do you think so far of the festival? Have you gotten any cool birds? What's been your highlights?
I mean, the festival's been awesome. The people are really nice. The birds are really good. We went to Antelope Island yesterday and we got short-eared owl, we got barn owl, great horned owl, burrowing owl. It's crazy. It's really good. I'm really liking it.
He already has a larger life list in the state of Utah than me, and I live here, so great job. All right, let's see if we can find this bird. All right, so far we have seen pine siskin on the feeder here. It looks like they actually emptied the feeders, so no chance of finding some of those other species like the rosy finches, unfortunately. But we also picked up a robin on the ground. Still looking for that Clark's nutcracker. What do you think, Chris? Do you think we're gonna get lucky?
I think we're gonna get lucky. I think we might pull out a Clark's nutcracker. Maybe some Cassin's finch. That would be cool. Let's try to get this Clark's.
Also, check out the snow. It goes up to here. That's pretty incredible. So it's all melting though. We got some rivers. But yeah, let's see if we can find the bird. All right, so we just picked up the Clark's nutcracker. That is a lifer for Birding with Chris.
Let's go.
What do you think, Chris, about that bird?
Great bird. We actually got really good views of it. It also has a nice call. So yeah, it's known as the mountain crow. Nice.
Super happy that we were able to get that bird because I promised a lot coming up here, but we did get that one, so super happy about that. We're gonna hit a few more stops and see what other birds we can find. Chris is only here for a couple days, so we gotta make sure he has a good experience in Utah. All right, so we're at our second location now, and we just picked up black-chinned hummingbird on camera, so that's pretty cool. We're looking for different warbler species. We're trying to get down close to the river because Chris needs a American dipper on his life list, so hopefully we can pick that up. But what are you hoping to see from here?
I think some cool migrant warblers would be nice. Maybe a McGilvrays, that'd be cool. Maybe some flycatchers. Let's see what we can find.
All right, so wrapping it up here with Birding with Chris. Remember, go check out his channel.
Let's go.
It's Birding with Chris, and I'll put the link in the description below, and it should be up on the screen. What was your favorite bird of the Great Salt Lake Bird Festival?
I think my favorite bird of the Great Salt Lake Birding Festival was the chukar. Even though it's not native here, it's a really cool bird, and it gave me great views.
Yeah, I also participated in the festival. I didn't film anything though. If you want to see some of that footage, gotta go check out Chris's channel. But there were a lot of people that were super excited about that bird on my tour as well. That's a good pick. Also, let me know in the comments below, what were your top 5 birds that you want to see? In the future, I'll do a top 5 birds list of what I want to see in the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding.